There we go. Sorry about the delay, had some technical difficulties there. Hey fam, Swati Tukon Pinik here. First and foremost, as always, thank you for joining me, whether it's for a live stream or for a pre-recorded video. I'm not sure if we already have people here or not, but let's take a look. There's always the delay. So, wherever you are in the world, whether you're watching live or not, I'd love to know where are you from if you're not a regular on the live streams. We'll give everyone a moment to join here since I did have technical difficulties. My fault. There's echoing. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Let's see if I can't fix that. Okay. What about now? Is there still echoing? I know it'll take like a minute to figure out, but I think I see what's going on. Okay, interesting. Looks like you can hear the air conditioner too, which normally you can't. Alright, give me 1 second. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try this. All right. What about now? Do you hear any echo now? Like I say, unfortunately, because of the delay, it does take it a moment longer than normal to get it resolved. Let me know. It's better now? Okay. If it messes up again, let me know and I will adjust again. But anyways, so thank you for helping me out, Ethan. I appreciate that. And also, thank you for the game requests for this week. So if you're new here, I do have a Discord server, link in the description. There's not a lot of us yet, still a small community, but one of the things I do is I do give you, usually beginning of the month, I let you know what devices I'll be covering over the week, and then I also have a channel on the Discord server that allows you to give recommendations for games. So Ethan has been the one that has suggested games for today, so we'll be going over those games today. So yeah, as you can see, I did apply the screen protector. It did apply correctly. Now the thing is, I didn't take into consideration that it's also made for for its cheaper brother, which had big bezels. So I tried lining it up to the corners, and as you can see, it went a bit long. So if I had known that, I would have probably scooted it over a bit and gone downward, but I went from the corner and pushed down on the glass whenever I was laying it down. Not that it looks bad, it's just looks a little funny. And also, I decided to, instead of having it go up higher, have it come down so the glass screen protector protects the brand name of Ayaneo. All right, so before I get started, as usual, my custom, what are you going to have to drink tonight? Mine is another version of Sing's lemon soda, but instead of red lemon, it's just regular lemon. But again, this tastes more like orange than lemon. Even my wife agrees, so it's kind of strange, but that is what I am having today. What are you having to drink? This one does have a little bit more of a sour flavor, but it just kind of tastes like a slightly sour orange more than a lemon, at least as far as what my wife and I are concerned. What do we think? Is there too much reflection? Do I need to try turning off the lights and maybe turn on the ring light? But then that's kind of over there. I mean, I can try doing some other tweaking, but let's figure out what works best for us tonight, as usual. I really want to get a better setup, but I haven't gotten there yet. I digress, though. So it should be higher. Why did it drop back down? Hold on one second here. My camera wanting to be here with us. Okay. Dominic does not sound like a happy toddler downstairs. I can hear him making the not so happy toddler sounds. But that's all right. He'll get over that quickly. He always does. All right, so I was trying to figure out what to do here. I don't know how well. It doesn't look like it's going to be all that clear, but I do have the FPS counter here from Ayaneo. So we do have that. All right, so Ethan has requested another regular Coke. All right, Ethan. So Ethan had requested some Tekken on various consoles and some Resident Evil, or as the Japanese say, Bioshock. Or Biohazard, right? Biohazard. On various consoles. So we will try the various consoles. So let's go in, I guess, order here. Let's go PS1. So we'll go, let's go back here and turn down the volume so I don't get any strikes here. All right, so let's come on over here. Just a few consoles on here on my 1 terabyte card. I really am digging this PlayStation X, like, so you can do either PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 theme to ESDE. And of course, you don't have to do the videos. It gives you the option. I kind of like the videos personally, but yeah, I imagine he is probably tired. He's been going to like preschool where they're just kind of teaching him the fundamentals of basic stuff, so probably rebelling against that. So we got RE before R before T, of course. So yes, I haven't scraped all of the box art for all of these yet, but I'll get there. Let's see here. Let's do Resident Evil 6 Nemesis for PlayStation 3 first. Don't have to go in numerical order of the releases, just of the console, I guess. And I'm sorry you can't read the... I would have thought that my lens could. Maybe I just need to scoot it up a wee bit more. Let's just try that. Maybe it's just too close. I don't know. Does it look better a little bit further away like this, or should I move it back down? Let me know. I didn't. I used to go watch all of the Resident Evil movies in the theaters back in the day, but I didn't know there's another one coming out this year. I've kind of lost touch of what movies are coming out because I don't watch regular TV anymore, so I don't see like the ads for movies much. Because Netflix doesn't, I mean, YouTube doesn't show the... YouTube doesn't show what movies are coming out here. All right, I mean, looks like that should be right. That should be good to go. Right, okay, yeah. All right. Let's not do hard mode. What's your favorite Resident Evil, Ethan? And anyone else that's watching? I see we got a couple more people watching now. Let me know. There's no escape. You're right, especially not with me playing. Like I say, I wish... Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm glad we can agree, Miss Valentine. Oh, jeez. Hey, get off me. All right. I got to figure out... So, as you can see, though, look, I mean, the old school tank controls, but... Because, you know, that's how we all walk in real life. So there's Resident Evil 3 on PS1. All right. And then, how did it turn out for Tekken? I think it's only fair. If I go RE3, I should go Tekken 3. Nah, I don't watch TikTok, or use TikTok. So that'd be why I don't see those. Welcome, whoever's watching. If you're not a common viewer, where are you from? Eddie versus Xiao Yu. All right. Oops. I am definitely not the best at these games, but that's all right. Still fun to play, even if I'm not the best. And it is also hard because I'm usually an animated player where I move my hands a lot and I'm trying to keep my hands as steady as possible, which makes it all the more difficult. Okay, so there's Tekken 3 on the PS1. All right, so then thinking about this, probably Dreamcast 2, I guess, and Saturn. Yes, let's go to Saturn, because that would have actually maybe been before Resident Evil 3, of course, but that's all right. Sega Saturn, because they did put the original Resident Evil on Sega Saturn. Believe it or not. And I do have my analog stick to mirror the D-pad, so that is why I can use my D-pad, because obviously the Sega Saturn could not use my D-pad. Hey, Brainbeat, welcome. You know, this may be an unpopular belief, but I think this looks just as good, if not a little bit better than the original PlayStation, since there's no dithering like on the original PlayStation. Yeah, I could see this being one of his favorites. It's extremely powerful, especially for its size. I wish they had gotten their hands on some of Anbernic's 4.7-inch screens, or used the 5-inch screen on their dual screen device. That would have been chef's kiss for an end game, as they call it, an end game 4.3 device. I think the 5-inch screen on their dual screen device would have been much better than a 4.2-inch screen. I mean, you think the SoC in this is quite powerful after all. So we can do quite a bit. So this will be the only Saturn game that I play, because there was no Tekken on Saturn. But again, without the dithering from the original PlayStation, it actually looks pretty darn sharp. Now, mind you, of course, I grew up with the dithering back in high school, but that doesn't mean that it was the sharpest way. Oh, wait. These tank controls are always problematic nowadays, but you know, especially trying to use it with a D-pad. You can, but Just so weird to try to play with these tank controls. But again, you're not seeing the dithering, the kind of shakiness to the pixels that you do on the PS1. So, I mean, all things considered, it doesn't look bad. Like he's stopping to think. It's like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Oh no, somebody is eating someone else. All right, since we have a decent amount of games to get through, we will do that. But again, not bad looking resolution there. So there's Saturn. All right, and then we will go to PS2, I guess. Just in case Ethan in the future asks for fighting or wrestling games, I have lots of wrestling games now. Tekken Tag Tournament. So remember what those graphics look like on PS1. Fine, we will be Jin. And of course, gotta be king. I always like to be king. There we go. Definitely a jump up as far as from one generation to the next. Come on, king. There we go. Bow. Oh, the girls want to play hardball now, huh? I don't blame them. I'm not that good. There we go. Stay down. All right. There's some PS2. All right. And then what do we have over here? Let's go back over to the R's. Well, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis USA. I wonder how that could look in comparison. I thought that was a PS1 game. Let's just exit out of that. Look at Resident Evil 4, where we start getting modern. A little bit more modern with our controls. I think that slid in there for some reason. Yeah, Mila was a great actress. I enjoyed her in the my mind just went blank. What was that movie? Not Resident Evil. The Fifth Element. She was great in The Fifth Element too. Well, you should have Brainbeat. You should have commented in the Discord server for today, recommending a game for this device. Soon after. Again, you can see, just even from the cutscenes, the exponential growth in the graphics. And that's what made the generation so impactful for all of us, is it was a true generational leap, whereas from like PS4 to PS5, it looked a bit better, but there wasn't that astronomical generational leap, which is why a lot of people are saying we don't need PS6 yet, because while they're better than the PS4 counterparts, PS5 games just don't wow you in comparison. Why is my controller not working? Oh. There's one in the select button, okay. I mean, now, don't get me wrong, the Secret Console and PS4 versions definitely look better, but at the end of the day, it doesn't look horrible. And like I say, you can definitely tell the difference just from the clarity side of things, but it still looks pretty darn good. So there we go, there's some PS2, looks pretty good. Well, that's funny that it's the whole day of The Fifth Element, but, I mean, I guess there's worse movies to have all day. All right, so in that case, let's go back to ESDE. Gotta work on the collection that's on my devices, but It is only, yeah, it's only R's. I have to go to the R's. Now, I don't normally play it on here, but, you know, for the sake of arguments, the DS did have a remake of Resident Evil 1. Now, yes, I know I could play the proper emulator and have bigger screens and move these over and all that fun stuff, but I suppose this would probably look better on the RGDS, since I'd be getting two 4-inch screens, which will be a device we go over in 2 weeks. So we will be able to tell for sure. But obviously on this screen, then shrinking it down to half the size isn't the most ideal. So I can change the layout a bit if I want to. Which way do you guys like better? On this screen, of course, I would probably make this the bigger screen and then make that a smaller screen. But if we're doing equal to equal, do you like side to side or top to bottom for DS? I'm just thinking from an ease of use standpoint, somebody that's not super familiar with everything, they get this and they can see they can do this. Which one do you think is better? For some reason, it doesn't want to recognize my analog stick like the other ones do on here, but that's all right. Still looks good, it's just small, you know? But so if you did not know, now you know the DS had a remake of Resident Evil 1. Okay? So let's go to our next generation, I guess, which would be GameCube. No, there it is. So yes, after work yesterday, I spent 3 hours making sure I had all of these ROMs on here for Ethan, as per his request. Like I say, that's one of the benefits of being part of the Discord server, is you can make that request during the upcoming time. So, Brainbeat, don't miss out next week. Yes, it is a 4:3 screen. That's why I was mentioning the 5-inch screen on the Ayaneo dual screen device, because that's also a 4:3 screen. It's a 4.2-inch 4:3 aspect ratio screen. So I think their 5-inch screen would have been the better way, since they called this the end game 4:3 handheld. I would have said, give me something bigger. Give me that 5-inch that you already have. But alas, I have never spoken to Arthur, so Arthur won't listen to me. But yes, a 5-inch would be much better for an endgame 4:3 display than a 4.2-inch. It's still pocketable. I mean, I think a 5-inch, you know, would probably be only to here, maybe. You know, but that would make all the difference. And I would also want an end game one to have the sticks inset more. So it'd be more like a PlayStation, because these are just a little bit off center. A little bit off center. I'd like them more in line with the corner. Okay, there we go. Still a bit on rails, or the tank kind of structure here, but a little bit closer to modern controls. It's interesting for the cutscenes they wanted to go widescreen and then go back to. It still looks really good on GameCube. Hey, buddy, stop trying to eat me. I mean, like I say, sometimes it's easy for us to forget how good the graphics actually looked PS2 and GameCube type era. So there we go. There is GameCube. Okay. Yeah. I absolutely understand your point, Brainbeat. Like I say, that some people are just saying, no, I'm a purist. Top to bottom, that's the way the console was. That's the way it should be. I'm not a purist, but I just like whatever works best. All right. So then on my memory serves me correct, and it could be wrong. I'm getting old after all. I'm getting old. Actually, I think I missed a Dreamcast, didn't I? Yeah. I did miss Dreamcast. Oh, I'm sorry, Dreamcast. Was there both for both? No, it's just for RE, okay. Did I miss Resident Evil? Must have. Getting old. Missed it. Could have sworn I put it on here. I have Quake. I'm not sure what happened. But I could have sworn I put it on here, but I guess not. Maybe that's why I was just not thinking of it. That's right. We'll go to PSP. And for this one, let's do Dark Resurrection. If it'll load. Should. Didn't test it, but thought it would. But let's just try the other Tekken then. That's looking more promising. I'm not sure why that one's not working, but... Why is it upside down? Just wanting to mess with me, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Everything looks like it's right, but it's upside down. I'm gonna have to check out this. I haven't played this ROM yet, so I'm not sure why it's upside down. That is funny. Can't do any worse playing upside down or regular right side up, so. That is sounded hilarious. I'm gonna have to play around with that for a bit. Let me just try that one more time while I look at my list here. You see, this one looks like it wants to load, but nothing happens. Interesting. All right. Do we still get the same thing? We do. Interesting. Oops, didn't mean to pick that one again. My bad, my bad. Let's see if this one's upside down this way too. No? No, I don't know what to make of these, since it just was showing them all upside down. But this one is clearly not showing them all upside down. What do you make of that brain beat? And Ethan, and if anyone else is watching, what do you guys make of that? The PSP core in RetroArch flipped the screen, but playing the exact same ROM, it's perfectly normal now. Be king. Ooh. There we go. As you can see, handles PSP beautifully. Looks good on PSP as well. Still trying to figure out why that was reacting in the way that it was. Have you tried the old trick, delete it and reinstall it? It should be the most recent. Let's see. Obtainium. Yeah, there was an update to Vida. Oh, conflict occurred. Might have to do it myself. But yes, this one is. But the ESDE one is not ESDE. The RetroArch one should be the most recent one for RetroArch. Online updater. MAME, okay. let's see if maybe there was an update there for a second. So while we're waiting for that, let's just do a quick tour if you didn't watch the unboxing. So we have, again, these kind of crystallized buttons with no labels on them. Some people will love them, some people will hate them. I'm on the side of not liking them so much, but I know I don't look at the labels all that much. It just feels weird playing on controls without labels. But and then we also have a crystallized four-way D-pad. Seems very nice so far. I do have stick covers over. If you know, I met with one of the Discord members that was gifted a win in last week's giveaway, and we'll go over that here in a moment. But he asked if he could also have my Mario stick caps, so I gave him my stick caps with Mario on them, and then I gave him a flash drive, the red one that I've used as for demonstration purposes before. Gave that to him. All right, so now it is up to date, so let's just try that again. Nope, still upside down. Very strange. But let's just, for argument's sake, burnout. Oh no, okay, fine, I forgot that one. I need to also update. God of War. Huh. That is upside down too. Something's gone awry in my RetroArch. All right, well, apparently it's my RetroArch PPSSP implementation. I am not sure why. It shouldn't delete your settings because those are saved in folders. But well, at least you can update Pico 8. You know, then you're moving up on the world. Anyway, so let's go over here now. One of the quirks of Ayaneo devices. There we go. This is your start button. This is your select button. I've always had start, you know, on the using my right thumb, so to try to come down here and you start select is a bit strange. This is the Ayaneo button, and I think back some other button, because we do have a random back button here. Yeah, so the frustrating part, and which will make it lose points in ease of use. I'll have to move this back on up. There we are. So in the quick settings, there is no quick setting for adjusting the RGB. And I'm looking, and I don't even see like power in here. Now I understand they have their own little eye thing that pops open. So if I want to change the power profile, I can. I can click up here if I was already on controller, and then I can come over here to change my performance mode or my fan mode. I'd rather that be in a quick action. And same thing with RGB. If I want RGB, I can't just quickly, easily do RGB. I have to go into settings, and then I have to go into device settings, and then I have to go into controller, and then I get RGB effects. So it's like 4 clicks to get into RGB effects. So, and then you get some presets, and you can choose default, which is kind of always on, breath, which just kind of breathes it on, and static, which is like that, but then I don't know what the difference is. And then you can choose the amount of brightness, but the thing that blows my mind is even Anbernic devices, not just Ayaneo and Retroid, but even Anbernic devices make it so much easier to affect the RGB lighting. But this, they make you go through like 4 or 5 clicks and taps to get to it. Seems like way too much. So again, I don't think that Arthur's ever going to see any of my videos. But Arthur, if you ever watch this, I know you have your own little app, but put it in the quick action settings. Make it easy for everyone. So then let's look down here on the bottom. We do have a nice centered USB-C port at least. So in theory, if you wanted to put the dual screen add-on from Retroid on it, you could. At least it would be centered. We do get downward fire and stereo speakers. As you can see with my model, I kind of have a golden tone to it. So some people like the golden color. I kind of like the silver or white gold look, which is why my wedding band is white gold. But it is what it is. And then in the back you get this kind of grayish, tannish color, at least on my variant. As mentioned, we have this weird back button here. And then just the micro SD slot on this side. And then, well, again, we do have intake here and exhaust here. At least they've added some flair to the exhaust. I give them that. It's a unique looking exhaust. They could have just made it more triangles, or diamonds, rather. I don't know what I'm thinking, but at least they added a little bit of flair to it. And the same thing with the volume rocker. We do have it to the center here is volume up, volume down. This is the power button and also fingerprint reader. Again, nice to have, but if it's an end game device, I would rather have a bigger screen. And we do have nice triggers R1, L1, and R2 and L2. And then of course we do have our programmable buttons, LC and RC as well. And this is like a status light, so when you're charging it and whatnot. And I forgot to mention, this is a microphone pinhole. All right, so lovely. Now I'm just going to be kind enough to check. I doubt if anyone has joined, but let's take a look. Nope, no one has joined the Discord server. Okay. All right, and then where is my wheel? Where is the wheel of names? All right, there is the wheel of names. Let me see if I can't slide that on up. We will go over. There we go. There is our wheel of names. All right, so let's give it our customary 3 shuffles. Okay, and then let's focus on the wheel here. Who will win this week's gift? Well, I forgot to take off N2. So no offense, we're going to redo it because N2 was gifted last week. I forgot to remove him. That's my bad. 1, 2, 3. All right. Sorry, N2. You can't win again. You just won last week. Has to be at least 3 draws. All right, let's see. That's my fault. All right. All right, Raspberry Pi guy. There you go. So Raspberry Pi guy won for the first time. Congratulations, Raspberry Pi guy. I will be in touch shortly if you don't message me on the Discord server to let me know what you would like. All right, back to our normally scheduled video here. I'm not sure what's going on with my PSP, my PPSSPP implementation of RetroArch Core, but it's having its fun day, shall we say. Okay, where are we? I would believe we are on PS3? Because I believe PS3 came out before Switch, did it not? I mean, not Switch, but Wii. I think PS3 came out before Wii, but I can't remember. It's been so long. Getting old. All right, so let's. Oh, Xbox. Did I have an Xbox One game? Yeah, I did. Okay. I can't remember if I added it or not, or if it was only the 360 games. I think it was just the 360 games. Yeah, it was only the 360 games. That's right. All right, so let's go to PS3. You know, it's funny because I used to be a big RPCSX guy, but APS3E at first wouldn't work so well for me. Now I'm getting it to work more reliably for me. Well, VentiLibre, if you download the latest Obtainium JSON file and add it to Obtainium, then you too can have Xbox emulator from there, and then, of course, add your legally sourced, personally owned Xbox games. But welcome, VentiLibre. So Resident Evil 6. I hate when games won't let you advance. Let me skip this part. I don't want to see it. Yeah. Yeah, I know Gears has a very loyal following, especially some of the OG first few. Same thing with the old Master Chief. He's got loyal following, especially from the original ones. Compiling shaders still. It's hard. Let me just see if I can't crank up the brightness a bit more. And then use my AYN bag to clean the screen because it's awfully oily from my fingerprints. Be happy to, but I can't see anything. Nope. Oh, there we go. Hang in there. Easy for you to say. Can't see anything. Compiling. So many shaders to compile. So that's the hard part, is the PlayStation 3 is such a difficult machine to emulate because of the SPU architecture and the other things they had done with it. Yeah, I mean, it is a powerful device, but I think that they should have definitely incorporated the larger screen from the foldable device, and even then it would still be overpriced, but at least it would be more unique. A good 5-inch 4x3 display, that would be great on a handheld, on a horizontal handheld. And would have saved them money too, because they've already sourced those 5-inch screens for their Pocket DS. And that has a higher resolution than this does, bigger. Yeah, it just would have been better. Although I would have still rather them still gotten like a 120 hertz screen, which I think really hurts this only having a 60 hertz screen. Again, takes away from Arthur calling it an end game 4:3 display, because BFI just messes with it horribly since you're already at only 60 hertz. So anyways, you can see sometimes PS3 games are a pain in the butt. Not always, but sometimes. Sounds good, Brainbeat. Have a good night, bud. I know it's like midnight for you, so appreciate it. This I always enjoy the Sings lemon soda, both the red lemon and this more original Sings flavor that Miss Pijo gets me. I'm still trying to figure out why Ayaneo included 4 packages of stick caps with this device. So you can see some PS3 games play really well. Will be the old school stalwarts, Ken and Ryu. Yeah, but those stick caps and the stickers that they gave me aren't exactly worth all the extra money. Now, I've thought about using the retro buttons here to put on my monitor for giggles, but, you know. And I get the Pocket S is an older device, but it'd have been nice since this device, if they would have included this device for it. But they have their dual screen device, which I also have, stick hanging around. And that looks like the Conquer Pocket Fit and Conquer Fit. And the Pocket DMG. So they got some not bad stickers. Like I say, thought about putting these on my monitor, but I don't know. But yeah. And then, like I say, the screen protector is a bit big since it's for the other device as well. You can see this one looks pretty good though. Whoop. So yeah, if you're wondering, can you do special moves with the using the analog stick? You absolutely can. Oops, touch the screen. Trying to remember how to tag. There we go. I don't know why I just tagged in. I didn't want to tag in. Nope. So I know that I didn't die there, but there I died. So PS3. PS3, absolutely. Street Fighter versus Tekken, absolutely. The Resident Evil 6, can't really see what's going on. So, depends on the game. But, so PS3, check. And then, yeah, we can go to Wii. And GameCube. GameCube, that's what I should have probably gone with next, but that's all right. I am not perfect. I am sorry, folks. Dolphin. I don't remember. Fine, you're going to make me exit out. Fine, that's fine. All right. Let's go GameCube first. Capcom. And Umbrella. Now let's go a range game, rookie, because, well, let's be honest, I have rookie skill level. Doesn't mean it's not fun. But I've seen that face before. Oops, hey, get off me. Can't see anything. And I'm not doing myself any favors. Because I can't see. Can't see what way I'm facing. These old school control camera angles. Ah, you know what? I can't do it. That's too hard trying to play that game. Let's see how it looks different. Wrote save contents to GCI folder. It's interesting to see how many times they've remade Resident Evil 4 or Biohazard 4. Of course you're going to ask for that. Bah humbug. All right, fine. Let's go back. Let's go to Wii. The Wii edition. Since this is one of the 33 times that they've redone it. Now, I have to tell you, if you've never used the standalone Dolphin emulator before, it's a pain in the butt. None of the buttons will auto map, so you have to manually map each one. Now, this shouldn't have any audio, so shouldn't have any copyright material. Poor Leon. Been repeated over and over again. Let's see. Now, why did it lose my mappings again? I might not have saved my mappings last time. I tested this and I got it working. But that's what I'm talking about. And then it's like, oh, you want to do that? Sure. Then you have to go through and each one buttons. See, they're still mapped. Why is it not recognizing it? Oh, okay, I'm glad it recognizes my shoulder buttons. Like I say, it's just a pain to deal with. Standalone Dolphin. Dolphin inside here is better, but just crazy. All right. Let's just try it. I put the games on here, but whether the problem is I don't understand why sometimes it doesn't want to recognize my games. So you can see I have Resident Evil 6 here, and it's the exact same style as extension as these others. And this is also the thing you have to remember about Xbox Ones, both Xbox and Xbox 360. They are like closer to alpha builds than they are to beta builds. So anytime you're being a nerd like me and playing on these, they can be very buggy. I have. This is AX360E, and this is my Xbox 360 folder with 5 games. I was like, nope, no games. I don't know what you're talking about. No ROMs here. You're confused. All right, fine, I'll be confused. Vita 3K ZX. And then we will do Street Fighter, just like we did on the PlayStation 3, but we'll do the PS Vita version. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's tough to play the first 3 Resident Evils because it's just so hard to control them in the modern, after you get used to modern controls. And even back then it wasn't easy. That's what made the games so difficult. Sure. Today's news. Sorry, I know you didn't come to see up my nose there. So there you go. Vita, playing beautifully. Ah. Ooh, kick to the face. So yeah, Vita, working beautifully. Vita 3K ZX. Okay, and then can't remember. I was tired after all last night. Forgive me. Oh yeah, that's right. This one I need to get the key file for that. 360 won't recognize anything. It did PS3, so I guess secret console it is. The secret console. I can't remember if I got it on here or not. Yeah, the only one wanting to show, again, is Resident Evil 4, aka Biohazard, because it's the Japanese ROM. The joys of living in Thailand sometimes. So as I mentioned earlier, just remember, if you want to be able to suggest games for the live stream, there is the channel on the server that all of the upcoming devices that I will be reviewing are there. So you can do that. And then when I list in the events channel that we kind of have there, I also post at the beginning of every month what videos I will be making for that month. And I'll link to that channel, each one individually. So for example, our GDS is coming up later this month, as is the new Mangmi device. So those are already listed. So make sure you go on there and select which ones you want to watch. No. Sure, okay, this time we'll go with yes. Like I say, this has to be one of the most remade games. There we go. Now we get our Biohazard. Has to be one of the most remade games of all time. But I don't know if you can see. I mean, you know, definitely looks better than the PS2 version. PS2 version didn't look horrible, but this just looks better. So here's the secret console in all of her glory. No, don't get me. This house layout is hilarious. You see, we left the living room to the right, and we go to the left, and there is no room. Why would you have the upstairs? I like that. Shoot him in the upper arm. That's what kills him. But runs better than on some devices, but obviously some of the other devices weren't with as powerful hardwares what this is with, so. Oops. Give me those herbs. I need that natural stuff, you know what I mean? Makes me feel good. There you go. Excuse me, I have to go make a friend here. So there's RE4 on the secret console. Runs pretty good between 25 and 50 FPS depending on the part of the game you're in. Not too shabby. And we've been at it for an hour and a half and we've played, or at least played a little bit of quite a few different Tekken games and RE games due to, again, Ethan's request on the Discord server. Isn't that the point, Venti? Isn't that the point, Venti Libre? Have a little fun, get yourself lost in it, and then bam, get scared. Yeah. Yeah, the big mung me. The Pocket Max, I believe, is what they're calling it. It will be my largest handheld of the year so far because I believe it has a 7-inch screen if memory serves me right. So of 2026, it will be my largest one that I have reviewed since the Odin 3 has a 6-inch screen. Same screen that's in the Thor. Yes, that's part of the magic of handhelds is can really get engrossed, especially if you're playing in bed, with the lights off, get yourself really engrossed into a game like Resident Evil, and then bam, your heart's going a million miles an hour and you're not going to sleep for another 2 hours. So like I say, we've used Eden, Nethra SX2, APS-E, Vita 3K-ZX. Nothing on Xbox, but that's because nothing matched our game tonight. I don't know if it'll load. Like, it's funny, I got these to load first time really well for me, and then they want to be a pain in the butt for me. I don't know if maybe on this one I chose the wrong order of things. I'll have to double check. Maybe delete it and reinstall it. Tried AP or AX360E, but oh, now it gave me some games, but again, it didn't give me all the games. Why did it not give me all the games? I don't know. All my ROMs, I don't know. Of course you'd ask for that, wouldn't you? They really love their ads in the ad-based version. Let's try doing a little, at least, see if I can do a race. I don't know if it'll let me, but let's try. Yeah, I love that there are two. because, like, say, the Xbox 360 and the OG Xbox, both of them are super early stage, like more alpha builds than they are beta builds even. So they're super early builds, but hey, if we can keep them going, that'd be awesome. So you can get the free ad-supported version, or you can get a paid version too to give them direct money without needing to worry about ads. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Happy holidays. Now, Xbox and Xbox 360 should be easier to emulate than PS3 because of their architectures. So in theory, they should be able to progress through stuff more quickly than the PS3 emulators have been able to because of PS3's annoying architecture. You can see some slow FPS and some crazy graphical issues. Sure, I guess I can erase while I see through the road. But no, I can't. So that one doesn't work so well. Whereas, again, if we come back here to APS3E, not on this one, maybe on this one. Did I take it off? I can't remember. Can't remember which ones I've included. I might have taken them out too. So we'll let those go and come back here to this fella here. I haven't. No, nobody requested Android games this week. Like I say, Discord server channel request, whether it's an Android game or a console game, you have to let me know, ideally a day or two ahead of time so I can get everything. Like I said, I spent 3 hours after work last night, or this morning, depending on how you want to look at it, to get the games that Ethan wanted on here and waiting to see if anybody else would add it. So I know you're on there, Venti, so speak up, be loud and proud, and tell us what games you want to see. Don't let Ethan run the show. As I said in the Discord server, though, this is the first handheld that I've had that has been able to load this game. I haven't been able to get to this point. It's always just been loading the SPU screen and gain stock.
We've come so far in just 3 short years.
A sign of a strong leader, sir.
Oh. You love strong people. And one very able advisor.
Thank you, sir.
Your team deserves credit as well. Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Just doing our job, Mr. Prime Minister.
I must admit, I once thought of groups like yours as opportunists, enablers of war. But you've trained our new army well. Order has returned sooner than expected. Perhaps I was wrong about these private military companies.
We prefer private security providers, sir. Most of Maverick's contracts do focus on security.
Auto skips a little bit, but
Take out those hostiles. Right. You'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes to match the situation. Take self-repair units from your foes to replenish your own supply. Trident, the limo is in trouble. Get back there ASAP. I'll add the limo to your solid down radar.
oh, where did the car go?
Right. It's on the other side of that barricade.
I can't remember how to get over there now. Sorry, I've been quiet. Been engrossed in this. Oh, there he is. Oh, Jack boy. Yeah. So see, some can work out pretty well, even though there's a little bit of stutter, but still looks pretty good. So I think that's good for now. Let's see here. Probably the Xbox 360 one. If I, again, PS3 is a much harder console to emulate, so I can almost guarantee that the easier one would be the Xbox 360 version. But I haven't tried it yet. But there's a great selection of games for today's live stream. Any other questions before we end the stream today? I have to go downstairs and make my coffee before starting my work at 9 o'clock Thai time. I'll give you a moment to think here. Put that up there. There we go. Oh, how does that look? Phoenix. And if you were on the Discord today, I was using Sora to see what it would look like if I created like an animated outro. You should check that out. Let me know what you think, Venti Libre. And anyone else, join the Discord. That's the way you can qualify for subscriber giveaways. On the Discord, I do have the channel also, or the post in I think it's the general chat that shows you everything that you can win. And once I get to 25,000 subs, I'll start doing handheld giveaways every 25,000. So the more the merrier. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment in the main chat as well, because the more the merrier. Let's grow the fam. I am not seeing any additional questions. Don't want to keep anybody too long tonight. So I guess I will end the line. I guess I will end the live stream here for now. It's been a pleasure chatting with you guys tonight, testing out games for you. I hope that answered some questions about the device before I start drawing up the short-term review. As a reminder, all videos as of right now go live at 7 p.m. whatever day they're on. On Sunday is the live stream for the, not the live stream. Sunday is either a live stream or a recorded unboxing. Saturday is a short-term review or a long-term review. And Wednesdays is either a device of the week live stream or a special video. Now, when I finally do get to reviewing the G90 here, and I will, that'll probably be 2 special videos on Sunday and Wednesday for that week. I'm currently formulating how to do that. I don't know if I'll do a Device of the Week live stream for it. I don't know if it warrants that or not. No offense to it, but you know, it was like $35. But it deserves its own review. Like I say, I just didn't intend for you to get the unboxing yet. Unfortunately, that was beyond my control. So, again, 7 Sunday unboxing, Thai time, mind you. All these are 7 p.m. Thai time. 7 p.m. Wednesday, live stream or pre-recorded special. And then Saturday is Device of the Week review, either short-term or long-term. So, that said, I'm going to let you go. It's been a pleasure talking to you as always. And until next time, Swati tu konkret. This has been P-Nick.